For today, we're going to look at some Larga Mano or long-range drilling, as well as some solo drills that you can do to get used to the style of movement maybe that you might want to use at that distance. So the first drill that we have, we'll practice solo, then with a partner, and then we'll apply that motion. We use the expression here at MKG Detroit, isolation, integration, implementation. So you isolate a single piece of movement or idea or concept, technique, whatever. Then you integrate it with another person, build a flow drill out of it. Then you implement it, which is to say, all right, what's the natural application of this movement, or the intended application, or maybe a new novel one that you found along the way. So the movement is going to start like this. We'll practice what we call cruzada footwork. So I'm starting with my toes square, and I step this back, so I'm now on a narrow plane. Then I come up, and I swing this one back, narrow. So we're square and narrow, squared and narrow. Obviously, in any kind of encounter, in particular a weapon-based one, we wouldn't want to hang out here too long where we're squared up. This is just a transitional step. We're looking at a narrow profile and then switching to a narrow profile this way. These are not angular steps. They're, again, square. It's almost like a top hat style movement, a rectangular step. So we'll start this way. I'm going to step back so my right foot is in front and I pull the stick through. Then I'm going to snap that out. It's a backhand jab. It's just a horizontal line. And then a backhand, we call backhand redondo. So it's a vertical slash here like this. Then as I step this foot up, I'm going to turn my hip with my step and let that momentum feed this stick through. So that's a full slash or lob tick motion. Then I step this foot back and I snap a jab out on that side. Then vertical slash on the forehand side. So I step up and slash across, step back and snap a jab out, then I finish with a power stroke. Step up and cut across, step back and snap out a jab, power shot. Up, back, power shot. Up, back, power shot. Now I'm using the term power shot, you know, really let the power come with time. If you're new to this kind of movement here or on this side, these can feel a little tricky in the beginning. Let it come with time. Try not to overdo it. Just let it happen kind of naturally, gracefully. Focus on flow first, and the power will come along with that. So we're across, back, down the middle. 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 With a partner, we're going to hit here on the horizontal, and we're going to hit on the jab, and then we're going to miss each other with the vertical one. If we try to do this where we make contact, there's really nothing to hit but each other's hand, so you just kind of do it behind them or next to them. So we step up and make contact. That horizontal slash is really towards the waist for right now, here. Then when you step back, that's a high jab, vertical slash. Across the waist, snap a high jab out, vertical slash. Across, snap one out, slash. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We're going to take the same motion and we're going to apply it here as a long range hand hunting drills, okay? So I'm using a hand guard. He's just got a regular boxing glove on. Boxing gloves can be nice. Sometimes they're going to have this little strip, maybe elastic or just some kind of fabric in here, that the stick will sit nicely right in that little space there between the thumb and the fingers. But if you go to, I know Inosanto.com has these hand guards. They're the Lameco company ones, or Lameco brand ones. So this is a nice solid hand guard. They make the forearm guards too that have those slats in them. Fantastic training tools. So definitely worth grabbing those if you don't have one in your toolkit there. If you don't have any hand protection available, but you do have sticks, just try to hit the stick instead of their hand, or miss it. Like for this one, sometimes it's hard to hit the stick correctly, so you just go short and aim towards the hand and don't make contact. For the jabs when he feeds, I can just target his stick every time, and that'll still get me there. Make sure when we start these long range drills that the first thing we do is establish our distance. So to get our long range squared away, we're just going to stick these out and make sure we're able to make contact with each other's hands, but our rear hand can't touch any part of their actual body without stepping. So that's how we know we're in this hand hunting Larga Mano or long range situation here. Once I'm in here, I'm in middle range, I can start using this hand in some way. Back here, that's not really an option for us. So we're just seeking that hand. What we're going to do is he's going to feed me 6 directions. So we're using what we call here with MKG the Lacosta 6 slashes. So from Johnny Lacosta. So this is 1 and 2, 3 and 4 horizontal to the waist. Then 5 and 6 are forehand and backhand uppercut slashes. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 and 6 for right now. So when he feeds these, we know that we've got this full series here like this, and you can do that for each one, but I'm going to give us a progression to build to that. So the first thing we had was a jabbing motion. So I'm just going to forehand jab each shot. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just move around a little bit. He feeds again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Forehand jab every time. Then I feed him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and so on. Okay, so get a few rounds of that one. So now we're going to backhand witik or backhand jab every single shot. Same feed, but I'm just going to meet this here from my left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Keeping the tip left, just snapping that out and back. I feed him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let the footwork come naturally based on what your position is. You don't have to worry too much about dictating it just yet. Motion. We also have a horizontal slash in this cruzada piece that we're working on right now. So we'll add a forehand and backhand slash to our little repertoire that we're going through. So when he feeds, I forehand slash, backhand slash, forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand. I effectively, if he freezes now, am underneath his shot. When he goes to the middle, I'm tipped down a little bit and probably going above it. And then here I'm definitely above his shot like that. Meeting the force every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I feed him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we have vertical slashing. We'll take these one at a time. So there's the backhand side and the forehand side. So when he feeds this, I'm going to start on the backhand. You can start on either side you want. I just like the backhand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so then the last one we have in isolation is the forehand redondo, right? So we're integrating this in with our partner so that when he feeds me, I'm going to forehand slash every single one. 1, 2, 3, just wheeling this through. 4, 5, 6. I like to try to keep the left foot forward on this side. It's how you're moving within the context of the solo drilling by having this lane open. If I'm here, you can still move like this, but there's a greater chance you're going to run into your body. So I think when possible, this feels cleaner. You don't always get to choose, but that's what we're looking at, is this way where we're able to dictate it. So again, he feeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so when we fully integrate all of these movements and implement them here in this long range, then we've got a slash, a jab, and a vertical slash, right? Horizontal slash, this little quick witik, and a vertical slash. Now, we could see this when he feeds the angle 1 as this one hitting the hand, this one following behind it, and then this one hitting the arm, almost like I'm moving up his arm so that it becomes meet, follow, and follow. Again, meet, follow, and follow, like that. It could be hand, forearm, shoulder. It could be hand, could be head for this one. Could be anything, right? So essentially what we're going to do is meet with the first one and then just miss the second two so we don't risk, especially without the headgear, hitting them in the head or anything like that. Just know in this, for the sake of your training, these follow-up shots go to whatever target is available to you. So in that sense, doing it in the air is as good as hitting anywhere. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. Then again, 1, 2, 3, and going again, 1, 2, 3. Now when he comes from the back side, I've got to go from my backhand side, right? That's the other side of the drill. So 1, 2, 3. Again, with the awareness that these might keep hitting parts of the body, but we follow up in the air. So it's 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. So when we put this together, we run one side, then the other, one side, then the other. So we start at the angle 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, and 6, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, and 3, like this. So that's it for today. That's taking the MKG Cruzado footwork and some of the basic drilling that we do with this footwork, different variation of uno, dos, tres, and applying each individual motion and integrating all the motions in this long range format. It's a lot of fun. Larga Mano has a lot of benefits to it. You know, a lot of people that I've talked to that spend a lot of time actively competing or stick fighting will tell you that the long range is really where they try to spend most of their time, and that's true really in any contact situation, isn't it? So you know, I'd rather be out here if we're empty hand trying to size up what's happening and then go in and pick my shots instead of just jumping into the melee and seeing what comes of it. So getting used to having some clever shots here, a couple of jabs, a couple of setup shots, which a lot of these are, is a really important skill when it comes to applying these. In a weapon situation, I sure as heck don't want to have to be here if I don't need to be, because he's got all of these tools, including his weapon. At least out here, we're limited to just the tip of the stick. For the most part, that's the case. So getting used to being able to move this way gives you some relative safety while you plot your course to finish this thing off. Thanks for watching. Take your time training, have a good time. Let us know what you think.